The ceasefire is over. 3 words, one press conference, and by the time that moment reached your screen, it had already split into 3 different stories. One outlet led with the oil price, one led with the insult, one led with the missing diplomacy. Same moment, 3 headlines. This is Media Lens. Here's what actually happened. At the NATO summit in Turkey, President Trump told reporters the ceasefire agreement with Iran was, in his words, over, calling Iranian leaders scum and saying he no longer wanted to deal with Tehran. Overnight, both sides had traded strikes near the Strait of Hormuz, and the United States revoked a sanctions waiver that had let Iran sell oil. Crude prices jumped, stocks slipped, bond yields rose. Now watch how the same facts get framed. Start with the market desks. The Wall Street Journal and the financial wires led with the number: oil prices jump, shipping recovery at risk, government bond yields rise. In this framing, the story is economic. Supply disruption, uncertainty, the price at the pump. Iran and Trump are almost supporting characters. The protagonist is crude. Now the political desks. Outlets like The Hill put the language up front. Scum, the threat of a big attack, the naval blockade. Here the story is about escalation and temperament, a president abandoning restraint in real time. The oil price is a footnote to the confrontation. Then the international and analysis desks. The Guardian and the BBC framed it around what comes next. The argument that, for all the bluster, there may be no better option than talks. In this version, the headline is not the strike or the market. It is the vacuum where diplomacy used to be. Same press conference. 3 protagonists: the barrel, the temperament, and the missing deal. None of these is fabricated. Oil did jump, he did say scum. Diplomacy is genuinely uncertain. The divergence is not about facts, it is about which fact gets to be the headline. And that choice quietly tells you what each outlet thinks the story is really about. Notice something else. The market framing feels neutral because it is just numbers. But just the numbers is itself an editorial choice that pushes the human conflict off screen. And the confrontation framing feels urgent, but urgency can crowd out context about what actually triggered the strikes. So here is a test you can run yourself. When a fast-moving story breaks, read 3 headlines from 3 different kinds of outlets. One financial, one political, one international. Ask, who did each one cast as the main character? The gap between those answers is the story about the story. Facts do not arrive pre-ranked. Someone decides what goes first. And what goes first is where the spin lives. Not in lies, but in order. AICommandApp.com. AICommandApp.com.